It's Monday, December 8th. In the headlines, Public Administration and Appropriations Committee issued concerns over the verification of the Jamaica Public Service's post-disaster damage claims. Regionally, Guyana's digital school launched. And in sports, Cricket West Indies President Dr. Kishore Shallow to bow out of the next election. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. As the government moves to secure a US $150 million loan to rebuild the country's battered power infrastructure, concerns are emerging about whether the Jamaica Public Service Company's post-disaster damage claims are being independently verified. JPS has reported a $350 million repair bill for the impact of Hurricane Melissa as of December 3. The utility company also has access to a $50 million drawdown from its self-funded Electricity Disaster Fund, which is overseen by the Office of Utilities Regulation, the OUR. The fund is financed through a small charge on customers' monthly electricity bills. But with Jamaica now confronting an overall damage bill of $8.8 billion, communities still cut off, commerce stalled, and daily life severely disrupted, questions are being raised about oversight.
Has the OUR conducted, commissioned, or required an audit of JPS's damage claims for Hurricane Beryl or for Hurricane Melissa? Or are we relying completely on what they've self-reported? So this $350 million bill for Hurricane Melissa, which has been much talked about in terms of the government's contribution to it, is it something we're just taking from JPS and then forcing the government to cough up well-needed resources to help them finance a figure that they've self-reported?
Public Administration and Appropriations Committee member Nikisha Burchell speaking at a recent meeting. In response, OUR's Director General Ansard Hewitt confirmed that no audit has been completed for JPS's claims from Hurricane Beryl.
In the same way that for insurance purposes you would have assessors going out and so on. So JPS will appoint assessors on the terms of reference that we have approved. And then those reports will come to us. We will look at that, and we have reserved the right to employ specialists to review those. Perhaps what you call a loss adjuster to review that.
JPS has an outstanding $11 million claim for Beryl restoration submitted in October 2025, which has not yet been approved by the Office of Utilities Regulation. The National Water Commission has acquired 12 new water trucks valued at $199 million to support water restoration efforts after Hurricane Melissa, adding 146,000 liters of hauling capacity per cycle. The trucks will be deployed across all parishes, with the largest allocations going to Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Hanover, and Westmoreland. Speaking at the handover ceremony, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness said the units were secured through an accelerated emergency procurement process.
A few months ago, I was here handing over 8 units, which took almost a year under procurement, or probably a little bit more than a year. And then I had said at that time, the NWC should go and procure more. So they procured another 8. Now, those 8 are still in procurement. Still in procurement. These 12, however, given the devastation of Hurricane Melissa, and there are so many persons now who don't have water as a result of the disruption in the public utility supply, we have had to use the emergency procurement procedures.
Dr. Holness also announced plans for increased partnerships with the private sector to build a national fleet of over 100 water trucks.
I want to also just use this opportunity to make the point that we're not only seeking to purchase water trucks, we have already started a process to purchase tipper trucks from the existing trade. I see Tankwell is here, and these trucks are from Tankwell, and I believe I can say that we have already reached out to Tankwell to purchase the tipper trucks that they have in stock here, because those trucks will be needed for another urgent intervention, which is the removal of hurricane debris.
The Prime Minister says the acquisition of the trucks will strengthen the country's long-term disaster response capacity and increase the internal capacity of the NWC to deal with weather events such as droughts. Jamaica is set to see increased international airlift this winter and into 2026, signaling continued global confidence in the island's tourism sector, despite the impact of Hurricane Melissa. CEO of MBJ Airports Limited, Shane Monroe, told more than 250 travel advisors at Sandal's Back to Jamaica Town Hall that several new routes are launching this month. These include Edelweiss's first A350 service from Zurich, WestJet flights from Quebec, and upcoming services from Wingo, Bogota, and Flair Airlines from Toronto. He announced that Breeze Airways will add 2 new U.S. gateways in 2026, Tampa and Raleigh, while earlier additions from Avelo and Worlds to Fly, as well as Leah to 2020, have expanded the island's connectivity. MBJ currently hosts 29 airlines, serving 48 destinations, maintaining its 17-year streak as the Caribbean's leading airport. Mr. Monroe highlighted the airport's rapid post-storm recovery, ongoing expansion, and upgraded amenities, assuring that Jamaica remains easy to access from key markets. He urged travel advisors to promote the island confidently, emphasizing that air travel remains strong and operations fully restored. His remarks come ahead of the reopening of 5 Sandals resorts across Jamaica. There is a fascinating new attraction that's transforming the way people experience coffee. It's called the M1 Coffee Fantasy Factory, a massive, immersive theme park dedicated to the world's favorite brew. And there's a lot Jamaica can learn from what's happening there. Marlon Samuels gives us a closer look.
The M1 Coffee Fantasy Factory in Hainan, China is redefining the coffee experience with a unique blend of culture and technology. It's a massive theme park, offering visitors an immersive journey through coffee, from bean to cup, with giant machines, interactive exhibits, and hands-on workshops. Nestled amid tropical plants and waterfalls, it highlights Hainan's rich coffee heritage grown in volcanic soil. This innovative approach not only celebrates local culture, but also attracts tourists eager for unique experiences.
Here in China, we have like our local brand like Luckin, but today here we are in Hainan, and I tried their coffee here. It's called M1 Dream Coffee, and I think the coffee here has a very strong flavor. It's not like that Luckin's like big brand flavor, but it has its own flavor because everything from the beans to its processing progress, it's done here locally. So it has a very strong feature here, and I really like the latte here.
肯定是有帮助的。我们参与了
because we've joined a lot of different coffee bidding around the world, and from the results we've noticed the coffee beans, if they want to get a really high price, their production area shares some similarities. The first, most of them have active volcano. Second, they are at really high latitude. And the third, they have large temperature difference between the day and night. And number four, most of them are islands. So we believe the vocation soil is very beneficial for the planting of coffee trees and coffee beans.
Visitors can learn traditional roasting, brewing techniques, and taste local favorites, coffee, mixed with condensed and coconut milk.
我们现在呢，海南最大的优势啊，就是我们
currently in Hainan, the largest advantage we have is that we are focusing on high and small quality production. So now we value quality more than quantity. When we don't focus that much on the yield and the production volume, we'll be able to adopt more environmental friendly management issues to ensure the balance between our production and the environment.
Jamaica, home of world-renowned Blue Mountain coffee, can take inspiration from this to further elevate Blue Mountain coffee on the global stage. Reporting from the Coffee Fantasy Factory in Hainan, China, I am Marlon Samuels for the news on PBCJ.
Time now for the business report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. The Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility, which recently paid out US $91 million to Jamaica following the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa, says it will be launching a new insurance product aimed at protecting the most vulnerable. The new initiative, called the Livelihood Protection Policy, is intended for individuals and small businesses that cannot afford traditional insurance coverage. The Georgetown, Cayman Islands-based organization says the policy will ensure that when the next hurricane strikes, participating individuals and businesses will have immediate access to funds to replant crops, repair damage, restock goods, and rebuild homes and enterprises. Chief Executive Officer Isaac Anthony says the initiative is about restoring dignity and building resilience while giving low-income and vulnerable groups across the Caribbean a better chance to recover and bounce back more quickly after disasters. Financial Secretary Darlene Morrison says the Ministry of Finance has been forced to revise the country's medium-term macroeconomic targets because of the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. Morrison says that real gross domestic product growth, or growth after adjustment for inflation, has now been revised to minus 4.3% from the original target of positive 2.2% for this fiscal year. She noted that the original inflation target of 5.3% has now been revised upwards to 9.5% because of the anticipated bump in local food prices. For the trading period ending December 5, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Trans-Jamaican Highway with 6,815,583 units, representing 29.84% of local sales volume. Kintyre Holdings Jamaica Limited with 5,861,126 units, representing 25.67% of total sales volume. Edufocal Limited with 3,075,727 units, representing 13.47% of total sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On December 5, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $45.22 million purchased and US $50.22 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $1.92 per dollar, selling the US at $159.15 and buying the US at $161.07. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders 49 cents per transaction, with selling at $116.21 and buying at $115.72. The British pound yielded Forex traders $1.31 in profits, with selling at $213.46 and buying at $214.77. For the credit report tip of the day, as the year wraps up, this season can become a powerful window to boost your credit rather than drain your wallet. By reviewing your credit reports, directing bonuses or extra income toward lowering balances, setting firm spending limits before celebrations, automating payments to avoid late fees, and positioning yourself for January funding opportunities, you can turn December into a strategic advantage. With a focused plan and intentional choices, the end of the year becomes a chance to improve your financial footing and step confidently into the new year with momentum. In our funded and focused feature, a business incubator gives women founders the structure, clarity, and financial infrastructure that many early-stage businesses struggle to build alone. In the first half of the program, participants become fully compliant, bank-ready, and financially organized, steps that dramatically reduce the risk of business failure. When founders register their companies properly, secure a business transaction number, meet licensing requirements, and implement bookkeeping systems, they move from informal to investable. This translates into stronger loan readiness, cleaner financial records, and the ability to compete for procurement, banking relationships, and early-stage capital. For sponsors, every dollar invested strengthens the economic stability of a business that is now legally recognized, financially trackable, and positioned for long-term revenue generation. In the final 6 weeks, the incubator starts producing outward-facing value. Founders build targeted funding lists, craft professional pitches, and create visibility and growth roadmaps. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step toward your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, Guyana has launched the Guyana Digital School, the region's largest online learning platform, marking a major step toward modern, digitally ready education system. Already live for months, the fully online secondary school features AI-powered support, interactive classes, and a wide digital library with more than 20,000 students registered, and access expanding across the Caribbean.
Anywhere, anytime, any age. The Guyana Digital School. Learning made flexible for everyone.
The digital school that we are launching today is a gateway. It is envisioned as a hub for digital learning. Through the school, we hope to create high-quality digital content, empower students with skills that match global standards, close the digital divide in education between coastland and hinterland, offering alternative pathways for learning, especially for those who cannot access traditional schooling easily. Eventually support adult learners, out-of-school youth, and lifelong learners. Strengthen the backbone of a future digital economy. Importantly, the digital school will have a digital library with all of the textbooks our students require for CSEC and every single examination. All our children in CARICOM, all our children in Guyana will not have an excuse now when it comes to textbook. Imagine the power of that. And when we said to our CARICOM brothers and sisters that Guyana prosperity will be the prosperity of CARICOM, this is what we meant. Every single investment we make is made with an eye on our brothers and sisters in CARICOM, because we are one CARICOM.
We have a virtual simulation highlighting the concept of electricity, so we can go ahead and build a circuit. So we know the components of a circuit. We have a battery, we have our wires, so we're going to connect them. And of course, we're going to connect our light bulb as well. So you have the option to play around with this and have fun with it. And at the same time, you can learn as you go through, because it's going to highlight concepts that are not apparent to you when you're going through it in the textbook. Now look at this here. I can increase the voltage of the battery, and you would notice what is happening with the electrons.
Our country is growing, our labor force is evolving, and our young people are standing at the edge of new possibilities. Already, a staggering 20,368 students from grades 10 and 11 across Guyana and the wider CARICOM region have enrolled and registered on this program. The program will continue to expand to grades 7 through 9 by early 2026. The Guyana Digital School is grounded in a holistic 4-quadrant approach that blends technology, content, engagement, and hands-on experience into one cohesive model of learning. It brings together interactive online classes led by trained educators, a rich library of on-demand digital resources, programs that build wider skills beyond the curriculum and practical, activity-based projects that help students apply what they learn. With this approach, it will be unlocking a truly exciting time.
Nigeria is focusing on Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean after President Tinubu's 2025 visit. In Abuja, Nigeria's capital city, TTT News spoke with key leaders about the growing ties and shared interests.
From a new flight path to cultural exchange, Nigeria's interest in Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean is growing. Al-Qasim Abdul-Qadir from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs explains the shift in light of Nigerian President Bola Tinubu's recent Caribbean visit.
The president's visit to the Caribbean islands recently is a new vista in Nigeria's international relations and diplomacy. And the new established flight path is very important because when there's a movement between two people, between two countries, it engenders a lot of development. This is in terms of tourism, in terms of businesses, in terms of governance cooperation and economic cooperation. So I think it's a new vista that has unlimited opportunities going forward.
While opportunities grow, Nigeria is also mindful of ensuring safety for visitors. Director General of the Nigerian Tourism Development Authority, Mr. Owakan, spoke briefly about national security issues.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing everything within its powers to ensure that we need in the board the issue of insecurity in the country. And you could see from his body language that he had to cancel 2 international trips recently just to ensure that we put all this together. You could see again that he's been having meetings with the security chiefs in Nigeria to ensure that we put all these insecurity issues, we nib it in the bud.
Special Advisor Mr. Abdul Qadir highlighted mutually beneficial partnership opportunities between the Caribbean and Nigeria.
You'll see that Nigeria is one country that is at the global forefront of innovation when it comes to payment systems. The Caribbean islands can benefit from what we've been able to achieve in terms of innovation in this particular area. When it comes to agriculture, we are aware that the Caribbean islands are at the forefront of cutting-edge agricultural innovation. Nigeria can also benefit from that.
Trinidad and Tobago, the wider Caribbean islands, and Nigeria all see opportunities for growth. The challenge now is turning those opportunities into real partnership. I'm Bridget Leslie for TTT News, reporting from Abuja, Nigeria.
In sports, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, is applauding Jamaica's Bobsleigh athletes after a strong showing on the North American Cup circuit, where the team delivered multiple podium finishes in both the two-man and four-man events. The minister singled out the four-man crew's gold medal run in Park City, Utah. A victory, she says, was especially impressive given the technical challenges the athletes had to overcome on the ice. There's also growing confidence as Jamaica pushes toward the 2026 Winter Olympic Games in Cortina, Italy. Brakeman Taekwondo Tracy says the squad is on the right path, praising pilot Shane Pitter for his consistency and speed, which he believes have been key to their recent success. Meanwhile, Olympian Audra Segui says the women's team is also looking strong and is well positioned to qualify in the two-woman event as preparations continue. Minister Grange says the athletes' determination and recent performances reflect the same spirit that captivated the world during Jamaica's historic 1988 Olympic debut, a legacy that continues to prove Jamaica can excel on any stage in any season. In other news, Cricket West Indies President Dr. Kishore Shallow says he will complete his current term but will not seek re-election in 2028. The announcement came in a pre-recorded statement streamed on CWI's social media platforms on Sunday. Dr. Shallow, who was recently elected to Parliament and appointed Minister of Tourism and Maritime Affairs in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, assured cricket fans that he will remain in the post for now despite his new national duties.
It is an extraordinary moment that allows me to continue serving not only through Cricket West Indies, but also in the development of my home country. Over the past several days, I have been humbled by the many calls and messages from regional and international leaders, from colleagues across the public service, and from the staff and players of West Indies cricket. Your encouragement has meant a great deal, and I appreciate every single one of you.
He took over leadership of CWI in 2023 and was re-elected unopposed earlier this year. Dr. Shallow says the decision not to pursue a third term is based on his commitment to completing key reforms already underway across the region.
And so, I know that some of you may be concerned about my recent appointment to Cabinet and what it may mean for my continued service as President of Cricket West Indies. Let me be upfront and transparent with you, as I've always been. Admittedly, I have thought long and hard about this. My conviction is that the work ahead requires steady leadership and a commitment to completing the reforms already set in motion. It is for this reason that I will conclude my current term, but with the intention not to seek re-election.
While acknowledging that every objective has been achieved, Dr. Shallow says significant progress has been made and he intends to see those reforms through before stepping aside at the end of his term. And that's it for the news on PBCJ. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thank you so much for watching.